All right, so when we look at these 2D stereo projections of cyclohexane rings, a question I've been asked, and been asked by students and instructors, is which carbon is which in this drawing? So let's say I take my cyclohexane drawing and I actually draw it the way this 2D projection is making it. So I've got two wedges at the top and the two dashes down. So this is how I draw the boat conformation using a line bond drawing. Which one of these corresponds to the number one carbon? And to be honest with you, I've seen two different answers to this question based on the book you use. So the short answer is it doesn't matter as long as you are consistent. The long answer is that these are all related by rotations. So it doesn't matter which one you pick as the starting carbon as long as you understand how to translate one starting position to another. So the way I was taught, and it came about because Francis and Carrie discuss how to draw this, they say you draw the two arms of the boat first. And these are the arms of the boat. So this up tip here is the number one carbon, and this part that tips down, that's the fourth carbon. That's the carbon that's on the bottom. So one school of thought is to define this as the number one carbon, and that makes this the number four carbon, and these are the two arms of the chair. But other books define the arms differently. So some books will define this as the arms of the chair. So these two sides here, which would make this puckered up one the number one carbon, and this one that goes down into the number four carbon. It's kind of this ambiguity that comes about because we can rotate this ring 120 degrees, and we can't tell the difference. So if we just take our three up axials and just keep rotating them 120 degrees, you can't tell the difference. And so as a consequence of this, what's called C3 symmetry, this rotation of the ring, actually these 3 points end up looking the same in these 2D projections. So that's why I can have this as the number one, or this is the number one, or if you really like to confuse yourself, these two can be the arms. That's the one that goes up, and that's the number four carbon. This is just related by rotation. Now again, I'm going to teach my videos with this being the number one carbon and this going up because I was taught that these two are the arms. So that's the feet of the chair and that's the head of the chair. But again, you're not wrong for putting this as the number one and saying, well, this is the head of the chair, this is the feet of the chair, and these are the two arms. Just understand that everything, if you're going to go from this being the number one to this being the number one, all of these are going to be rotated 120 degrees when you look at the drawing. That's going to be the only difference. But their relative orientations are all going to be the same. So hopefully that kind of helped clear up any confusion you're seeing, especially if you go to a lot of different resources and get confused why some are defining this as number one and some are defining this as number one.